And I had a chance to meet the rabbi and the cantor there at that temple. Yeah,
I don't know if they are anymore.
no,
It's been a while and since I don't go to the big conventions anymore.
but anyway,
Oh, look at that.
so anyhow, I made my I made the trip up there to the synagogue, and I guess I was impressed with that. The
Well,
bima. The bima.
That place is, it's a cultural icon landmark. I mean, it's, as you said, it was there for 100 and how many years?
175 years.
Yeah. It's incredible.
And the bima, the woodwork around the bima was all pure mahogany. And then the organ sits
Wait
right
a minute,
above
what did I
the,
just do?
so the organ just sits right above the ark.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got the pipes, the facade pipes, on the grill. And some of the organ is up in the dome. The divisions of the organ are up in the dome, but the main organ is in that case behind the ark. So anywho,
Great.
did you drop something on the floor there? It was really.
They thought so, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and.
Okay, yeah.
Now you're flipping, man. And then, when on my way back, coming back down from.
Right.
I was, I got a call from one of my, clients that they needed to have a horse in for trial, so. And I told them I would, they wanted it for Thursday, so I went, and I was coming home on Thursday. So I went ahead.
Got it on Thursday.
I got the job on Thursday, so. And then the Oakland chili, you won't trust me to go. Yeah, I met it. That was the holiday.
Right.
Okay.
Well, there we are.
Okay.
Ready? Yeah.
I got 10 after you.
Oh, time to start.
Yeah.
Oh, you do, yeah. So I mean, very possibly. He could not expect that.
Well, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I'll find out.
How you feel? I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I was away for the.
I remember down when I was a little bit.
So we're gonna start in a really short time.
Oh, I'm.
Do the candles. Would you like to do the candles?
Nobody else.
Well, now we do Havinu Shalom Lechem first.
I thought I'd just get a.
No, please do, please do.
I am, and I'm cold, so I'm keeping my jacket on. I am that kind of a girl.
Are we ready, everybody? You ready to start? Shalom Aleichem. Avinu Shalom Aleichem. Avinu Shalom Aleichem. Avinu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Avinu Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Ebeinu Shalom Aleichem. Shalom, shalom, shalom Aleichem. And we are blessed today to have Margaret, who's going to bless the candles for us on page 120. I want you to think about who would like to be the person to open the ark. I'm going to ask for a show of hands. Okay. Oh. I know, but I don't want to just rely on Marley all the time unless she feels like it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, please. Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech Vezivanu Lehadlikne El Shabbat. Huh? Yeah.
Would you like as well, either the
Sure, go
blessing
for it,
or
go
the
for it.
one on the left?
Let's not have a big discussion. Just go for it.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yishar Kochech. And we continue on page 138 with Lecha Dodi. Likrat kala, laila la laila la 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 la, penne shabbat nekabela, laila la laila la la, shamor vezachor, bedibor echad, Ishmianuel, hameyuchad, Adonai, echad, ushemo echad, Leshem Motiferet Veli Tehila. Can we come up? Yeah. Lechato Dili Krakala. Laila la laila la 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 la. Pene Shabbat Nekabela. Laila la laila la la. Last verse. Bovi Shalom. Ateret Bala. Gam besia uvetol to cremones amesexula boi chala lechato dili krakala laila la laila la 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 penesha bate capella. Okay, and we have Shalom Aleichem on page 142. Of course, with the 2 verses supplement, if you can find that. Probably you have one.
We have a whole bunch right here, if anybody needs. Shalom Aleichem.
No tripping allowed. Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty. There you go. We're on page 142. And unless you have it all on one page. Okay. Shalom Aleichem. Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Bochem Leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Baruchuni Leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Echem Leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch. Shalom Aleichem, and to all our friends as well. Welcome, angels on high. Come and join us at our Shabbat table. Share our cup of joy. Come join our singing. Let your spirit soar with us. Together we will rise tonight. When we gather, fellowship and joy abound. Love and peace are filling our hearts. So, we are at the point where we have our announcements. Is there someone who's doing that? Okay, here comes Joanne Saren to give us the announcements. Joanne, do you have an official title? No. No, okay, then I won't say anything.
Board member. Okay, welcome to Shabbat Services at Temple Beth Emet of Burbank. Services are led by Rabbi Daniel Bieber and our accompaniment by music director Robin Kreisky. And
Yay, Robin.
we are organizing an adult bar and bat mitzvah class. We welcome everyone, no matter what your level of experience. If you would like to be a part of this cohort, please contact the office. Remember, our temple is available for rental for filming classes or other events. Please contact the office or Tracy for more information. You can sponsor another Shabbat or bagel brunch to honor a special occasion or person. And also remember to designate Temple Beth Emet of Burbank with the Ralph's Community Rewards Program. You will get a small donation every time you shop. They add up. That's all.
Shabbat Shalom. Now, I'd just like to say about the adult bar and bat mitzvah class, even if you've had a bar mitzvah, you may not know how to read Hebrew fluently. And that's one thing we'll be focusing on, reading Hebrew fluently. I think it's going to end up to be a Tuesday evening. Is that correct? Is that how it's sussing out? Yes. A second day every week? Well, more often than once a month, we were saying. Yes, I was thinking every once a week is what I was thinking. But you know, I mean, we will definitely discuss it and make it work for everybody, okay? But and we will be meeting in person, although I imagine if you can't make it in person, we could have the Zoom, or something of that nature. Yeah, Tracy will help us with that. So don't worry, even if you can't drive at night or something of that nature, you can be a part of it. Okay? Okay, and we haven't started yet, but when we get our cohort together, we will be. Okay? We'll be doing Torah study, we'll be doing reading Hebrew, we'll be doing prayer study, getting to know the service really well. We could maybe even have a visiting person who knows a lot about the prayer service. Her name is Marley. Marley led us in this prayer service, right? And she did a very good job. So anyway, that's very cool. Okay. We are continuing now on page 146 with the Baruch Hu, and who's going to be the person? Oh, you want to be the person? Okay, is that good with you, everybody? Okay, no, good, please. Kathy, it is. So when Kathy, where are you going? Okay, Kathy's going to open up the ark, and when she does, we'll all be rising for page 146. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to do 2 prayers and then we'll be closing. Okay. Whatever she wants, whatever you like. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh God, we're on page 147. You are near as there be, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light relieve our darkness and reveal the glory and joy. Continue page 152 with the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Kathy. Kathy closes the ark. We can be seated, and we will continue on page 154 with the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישרך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem emet. We have some budding chazanim in the congregation. Would someone like to become a chazan? You have to come and talk to me and then I'll put you in. That's a cantor. Who said? No, come on, you know what a chazan. You're kidding me now, right? Come on. Chazan is the same as cantor. Cantor is sort of the more like professional title that they've taken on in United States of America. But however, Chazan was the person who led the services by singing throughout the ages.
I know what a chaza is.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to pass over that.
Very good.
And get the point? Yes. That's right. That's right. They do say the same thing in church. The person. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, Barbara. It depends on what tradition you're talking about. Frankly, any Jew can perform a marriage for other Jews. Yeah, now they may not know what they're doing, right? Right? Because boy, I've been to a few of those weddings. No, it's nice to have someone who knows what they're doing, I think. Yeah. Right, well, there's that. And yes, Bunny.
Going to be an opera singer. Very not. Gary Buckland.
How about that? Okay. 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 You know what? We're going to move on. On page 158, we have Micha Mocha with our delightful Yai Bye Byes. Ready? Page 158. Yeah. Yai bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye 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 bim bam. Yai bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye 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 bim bam. Yai bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Yai bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh. Nora tehilo tov sefel Nora Taylor, oh, Sefel, Yai bye, bye, bim, bim, bam, yabba bye, bye, bim, bam. Yabba bye, bye, bim, bam, yai bye, 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 yabba bye, bye, bim, bam, yai bye, 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 yabba bye. Ma legutecha rau banecha, okay, ayam lisne Moshe, Miriam, Ze'eli, Yanu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed, Yai bye, bye, bim, bim, bam, ya bye, 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 bim, bam, Yai bye, bye, bim, bim, bam, ya bye, 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 Yai bye 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 Yai bye 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 ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל. All right. And we have the beautiful Hashkivenu prayer on page 160. You know, in days gone by, the Hashkivenu prayer was the big anthem of the service. Have you ever heard it done like that? I'm not going to do that right now. I can do a little bit for you. Would like to hear a little? Okay. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Vehamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך. Then it gets very dramatic. והגן בדנו בחסר מעלינו. אויב דבר וחרב ורב ויגון ויגון. I'm going to stop there. Thank you. There's a lot of prayers like that. And I don't know if you could talk, you know what? I'd like people to tell me personally if you would like something like that from time to time. Oh, you already are answering. Okay, everybody said yes. Okay, so together we're going to read in English. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel for your name's sake. Be our help. Shield us and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and our coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter spread over us, over all your people, Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Okay. Yeah. Well, you are correct because when you say Baruch Atah Adonai, then you always have to finish with an Amen. Yeah, Margaret was right on. Very good, Margaret. Okay. On page 162, we have Vishamru. Vishamru, which tells us how we will observe the Sabbath according to the eternal covenant from now until the end of time. Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם. לעולם. עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And we have our moment now of briefly sharing something that you'd like to share with the congregation about the week that has just gone by. I see Joanne has her hand up. Yes, Joanne.
I the other day showing you around my big leaf and I'm just doing I'm around. Younger, really was going to Noah's Ark.
Oh, she did. We couldn't get her out of there.
Every on the radio will hear something goes that this one there were birds in the air in the sky and the wall and the rainbow and she's looking up there and look what she's thinking about. And her rabbi around the exhibit, the glass, the and
Yes, yes, we went. Yes.
Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby was a cartoonist who also did graphic novels and Marvel Comics, that's right. Yes. No.
Okay, his Jewish background. When he's Jewish.
Well, yes, I assumed he was Jewish. Yeah. You know what? What would the world do without us? Oy vey. You know, think of Broadway. Think of medicine, think of movies, think of, oh my goodness, I'm not going to go any further, but it's, what's that? Yes. Anyway, we're all very proud. Yes, Marlene? Oh. Wow. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, thank goodness we made very beautiful contributions. Yes, Kathy. Oh, good. For those of you at home, if you don't know Ruth Tanner, she's a member of our choir and she's oftentimes here. Yes, Kathy.
So she's recovering very well. She fell and broke her pelvis.
Oh,
So recovering very well. Yeah. And she's figuring out when she's coming. Came home today.
oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm sure she is so glad to be home.
Yes.
Nothing like coming home. Yeah. Yes, Marlene, yeehaw. We're hoping to see you soon, Eileen. Hope she's watching. You think so? No. Okay. Okay. Yes. David?
Well, during my sojourn up in Northern California, I had a chance to meet up with a very good friend of mine, Steve Woznicki over at Building Park. He has the concession of the Building Park merry-go-round. And I was there on Sunday to assist, with carousel operations. So I stood in as a carousel relief operator to help the guys out so they could take a break. So I had to play the role of the carousel.
Wow, how special. That's very special.
Yep.
All right. In case you didn't hear that, David was part of the, was helping to run the carousel in Tilden Park up north. It's a beautiful park, in case you don't know.
And it was raining up there too, so.
Oh, well, we have had our rain. I would like to say that I saw that California is finally out of the drought. Yeah, that I've been praying for that for years. We finally had enough rain that the ground has enough water in it, and that Dallas Rains, he's Channel 7 meteorologist, and he said that because of all of the rain, we don't have red flag warnings because of the Santa Ana winds. There's no apparent fire danger. Right. And that's extremely important for us. Yes, Vicky?
All right. How about that?
She won't.
Because it's too hard.
Only me. Only me. Oh dear.
Wendy, who's also a company, who decided to go to the hospital. We were afraid to go there. And he was like a temporary of it. So I didn't really think that I made it to the truth, but something. I'll put it on YouTube and, I mean, I usually enter them in film. The goal is just to try to deal with what he's had. Yeah. That's great. It's popular. The time I went there, I was absolutely blown away with the. Yeah, I can relate on. But they actually, I mean, I have those three, but it's in the film festival, especially in LA, with content and I have. Yeah.
Oh, Tracy has something else? Oh. Oh. It seems hot, though. Oh, it seems warm to me. How about you? Yeah, no? Okay, well, thank you for that, Tracy. Okay. Well, guess what? We're starting a new book of the Torah tonight. We finished Bereshit, that's Genesis, and we're going to the second book. Does anybody know what that is in English? That's right, Exodus. And in Hebrew? Very good. Who said that? Very good, Joanne. All right. Shemot. Shemot is the same as Exodus. Shemot is means names. And it says Ele Hashemot. It talks about all the names of the Hebrews that lived in Egypt that were part of Joseph's family. And then at the end of that long list, it says, the Egyptians forgot about Joseph. Forgot about Joseph. That's like Americans forgetting about Abraham Lincoln, who, by the way, was a Sephardic Jew, remember? Remember we talked about that? Oh, wow. And even people who know that, they're always surprised to hear it again. They say, I know that, but it's hard to keep in your mind because, you know, you don't think of it like that. Just so you're clear, his mother was probably not entirely Jewish. She had a Jewish mother, a non-Jewish father. But Abraham Lincoln, his father was 100% Jewish. And just to remind you, the Lincoln name, no, is not a Jewish name. However, many, many, many Jews have the name Lincoln because they came, or their ancestors came from a place in England that was County Lincoln, and they all took the name. Okay? So, and Abraham Lincoln's father came from there. Okay? Okay, there you go. So, moving on. So, our parsha for this week could be entitled, The Birth of a Leader. And you know what leader we're talking about. Say, Moses, of course, Moshe Rabbeinu. Moses, the greatest leader of them all, right? First, we see Moses' sister, Miriam, guide his basket. Moses is a little baby, doesn't even have a name. He's in a basket floating on the Nile. His sister Miriam is guiding that basket to where the Pharaoh's daughter bathes in the Nile. And he's taken in by Pharaoh's daughter, who raises him as her own, as a prince of Egypt. We see him as a young man beginning to understand the implications of his true identity. He is, and he knows that he is, a member of an enslaved and suffering people. In Exodus, the quote is, this is directly from Exodus, growing up, he went out to where his own people were and watched them at their hard labor. He saw an Egyptian beating a Jew. Excuse me, I don't know why I keep saying that. A Hebrew, because of course we weren't Jewish then, right? We didn't become Jewish until way later. Okay, a Hebrew, one of his own people. So Moses intervenes and acts. These are marks of a true leader, right? You've probably found yourself doing this. I remember I was a nobody, absolute nobody, teaching singing at Sinai Temple. And there was a teacher there who was being lied about. And you know, people were ruining her reputation. And I stood up for her and I said, why are you doing this? This isn't correct. And they said, you don't have any status here. You better be quiet or you'll lose your job too. I said, well, that would be fine with me. I don't want to be a part of the lying circle that is going on here. And you know what? They didn't fire her and they didn't fire me. But they thought of me as a troublemaker, though, which I wasn't. I'm not a troublemaker, only a person who stands up for the truth. Because why? Our Torah tells us this. What is this? Empty words? No, this is real instruction from our people, from our tradition, and if you will, from our God. I believe that with all my heart. And it's not always easy to stand up for the truth. No, you get threatened. You get sadly hurt, like our sad story that's happening right now in Minneapolis. I don't want to go there right now. Okay, so Moses intervenes and he acts, which is the mark of a true leader. We see him intervene 3 times, twice in Egypt and once in Midian, to rescue victims of violence. We then witness the great scene at the burning bush. Everybody remembers that. You know how you say bush in Hebrew? It's a funny word. Sneh. Sneh. S-N-E in English. Sneh. I know it's a hard word to what is that word? Sneh. Okay. Where God summons Moses to lead his people to freedom. Moses hesitates 4 times until God became angry and Moses realized that he had no choice. This is the basic evolution of Moses as our heroic leader. Okay, but this is only the surface account of the story. A closer look, as Seth Meyers might say, reveals other narratives. We remember that the Torah is a deep and subtle book. We remember that another far more remarkable story is just beneath that. It isn't about a hero, but about 5 courageous women. Without them, there would not have been a Moses. First is Yocheved, the wife of Amram and the mother of 3 people who were to become the great leaders of our story. Everybody knows their names, right? Miriam, Aaron, and of course, Moses. It was Yocheved who, at the height of the Egyptian persecution, had the courage to have a child, hide him for 3 months, and then devise a plan to give him a chance of being rescued. We know very little about Yocheved. However, we have no doubt about her bravery and her resourcefulness. Not by accident did her children all become leaders. Imagine, that's quite a group she had there. Miriam, Aaron, and Moses. The second woman was Miriam, of course, Yocheved's daughter and Moses's older sister. She kept watch over baby Moses as his basket floated down the river. And it was Miriam who approached Pharaoh's daughter with the suggestion that he be nursed among his own people, literally by his own mother. The biblical text depicts young Miriam as a figure of unusual fearlessness and presence of mind. Our rabbinic tradition goes even further. In a remarkable and surprising midrash, everybody knows what midrash is? Midrash is what Jewish scholars write side stories. They take a little part of the Torah and they say, wait a minute, there's kind of a missing portion here. And then they make a story that fills up that missing portion. So what they say here is, when Miriam heard of the decree that every male Israelite baby would be drowned in the river, Amram, the father, married to Yocheved, led the Israelites in divorcing their wives so that there would be no more children. He felt that it was wrong to bring children into the world if there were 50% chance that they would be killed at birth. This is all in the Midrash. His young daughter Miriam, so the traditional Midrash goes, contradicted him. Persuading him to change his mind, Miriam said, "Your decree is worse than the Pharaoh's. His affects only the boys. Yours affects all possible children. He deprives children of life in this world, and your decree will deprive them of life even in the world to come." Amram relented, agreeing with his daughter. Imagine. And as a result, Moses was born. The rabbis meant us to know that Miriam had more faith than her own father. Third and fourth were the two midwives. Do you remember their names? Shiphrah and Puah, right? Now they had been commanded by Pharaoh to go and be the midwives to the Hebrew women and kill the male babies as they came out so that the woman wouldn't know. They didn't want to do it. So they did not do it. And it says in the text, here's the quote, "They feared God and did not do what the king of Egypt had told them to do. They let the boys live." So guess what happened? They were brought before Pharaoh and they were going to be executed, but they told Pharaoh this story. They told him that the Hebrew women are so vigorous that they give birth and they're done by the time we can get there. It's too late. And Pharaoh, and of course, at that time, men knew very little about childbirth because they weren't allowed in the room. It wasn't something that men were allowed to see. Isn't that interesting? And especially in Egypt, where it was considered to be, all the blood and so on. So the men didn't want to get tainted by it. There's a lot of prohibition against touching blood that comes from a woman, according to men. And so that was brought through. And so Pharaoh believed them. So the story is significant because it is the first recorded incidence of one of our tradition's greatest contributions to civilization. And that is the idea that there are moral limits to power. Seems pretty relevant right now. There are instructions that should not be obeyed. There are crimes against humanity that cannot be excused by the claim, "I was only obeying orders." Oh, you've heard that before. This concept of civil disobedience is usually attributed to Henry David Thoreau. However, here it is recorded in Exodus. Shiphrah and Puah did that. And so, pardon me. Of course, we heard that about following orders at the trials of Nuremberg, but that didn't save them either. Because when someone tells you, kill somebody, and you know it's wrong, and you do it, you're still a murderer. That's why we're having all these things that are going to be in court for years. And some people think that they can hurt others with impunity, but that isn't the case. That is not the case. Sadly, justice takes so much longer than the hurting. And it's so hard to deal with that because we want to say, hey, you did this. It's obvious you are a murderer, but we have to prove it in court and then they'll go to prison. Okay, so we have saved until last the Pharaoh's daughter, the most intriguing of them all. She had the courage to rescue an Israelite child and bring him up as her own in the very palace where her father was plotting the demise of his people, right? Now, if you can imagine the daughter of Hitler or Eichmann or Stalin doing the same, no, I couldn't imagine. So that gives you a little perspective on how brazen and how courageous she really was. Who was she? Guess what? The Torah does not mention her name. Surprise, surprise, surprise. However, the first book of Chronicles references the daughter of Pharaoh with the name Bitya, also sometimes called Batya. It was she whom the sages identified as the woman who saved Moses. And the name Bitya means daughter of God. Turns out she was. So, on the surface, the Parsha of Shemot is about the initiation into leadership of one remarkable man. But just beneath the surface is the second story of 5 extraordinary women, without whom there would not have been a Moses. Yocheved, Miriam, Shiphrah, Puah, and Batya were leaders not because of any official position they held. And in the case of Batya, she was a leader despite her official title as the Princess of Egypt, usually a title that meant you will be seen and not heard. They were leaders because they had courage and conscience. They refused to be intimidated by the power or defeated by circumstance. They were heroes of Exodus. Their courage is still inspirational to us today. And let us say, Amen. We continue with the Mishaberach on page 371. Kathy. And as the ark is open, we rise for the Mishaberach. We'd like to spend a moment, if there's some name of people who needs God's healing right now. Okay, I'm starting with Tracy. Gabe Lopez. Joanne.
Elaine, right?
Thank you. Elaine Franklin and Ed Siegel. Mark, did you have some?
Derek Power.
Derek Power. Oh, Wendy Fishman. Okay. And of course, we include all of those. Oh, Robin.
Frank again.
Frank Pence. George Mulligan. Okay, and we of course include all of those who need God's healing tonight, all around the world. Page 371. Abo Einu Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need with refuah shelema, the renewal body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We continue page 586. Where we have Alain, half of the page. Aleinu Lado Hakol La Aleose Breshi Loa Sano Kegoyeha Vel Amanu Emishbechota Adam Shelo Yeha Velo Echona Ana Odim Mishtatim Umodim Lifnei Shehu Teshamayim Beyoser Aretz Umoshe Vikaroba Mima'al Ushchina So Ushchina Tozo Begav Meromi Hu Elohei Eno Emet Keno Efes Katuv Betorato Beadatayom Behashebota Elevecha Yadonai hu Elohim b'shemi ma'al Ve'al ha'aretz mitachat einot Vene Emma Ve'hayim Adonai V'melech al kol ha'aretz Yom ha'hu Yom ha'hu Yeh Adonai echad Ushemo 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 Echad. And we turn now to page 598, where we have the mourner's Kaddish. We have our yard sites today, Orvin Schanzer. Orvin. Okay. George Davis, Irene Bohem or Bohm, Bohem, like La Boheme. Oh, it's your mother. Leona Zolman, Sylvia Becker, Meyer Nudell. And we have our more recent Rosalie Hutter, Alfred Hutter, Seiko Mitchell, Leona Zolman. Wait a minute. Why is that on here? Okay. Heather Donahue, Ron Shankman, Caden, Ron Ross, Raymond, Jacqueline Estro, Milton Estro, Matthew Sapper, Andre Lett, Father Mitchell, Bunder, Honey Hampson, Karen Sund, Sarah Hanley, Shauna Schwartzman, Don Elsky, Wendy Weinstein, Don Rogers, Terry Leonard, Renee Good, and my teacher, Rabbi Eli Shochet, who was rabbi in Canoga Park for many years and then became a Talmud scholar, which he really was before. He was since his youth. And he was a professor at my rabbinical school. May their memories be for a blessing. Are there any that you think should have been there? Yes. Roberta Libman. Okay. And May. Robert. May his memory be blessing. Another one? Yes, Bunny? John Elsky, I said that name. But thank you for saying, okay. And that's it. Of course, we say mourner's cottage for all those who have no one to say it for them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah, ve'alma divrach kirutei, ve'amlich malachutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almayach, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata tushvehema damira alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Israel v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yimru. Amen. And our friend Mark Hurwitz as well. Okay. Oh. Oh. May his memory be for a blessing. Say his name again. George Davis. Okay. Well, I'd like to ask God's blessing on you, and then we're going to have our final song. May God bless you and keep you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. And may you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom ken yehi ratzon. Say shalom. Oh, say shalom. Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'yimru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Israel. Well, the Onek Shabbat.
And I love the Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Well, it's 8:15 now.
I'm ready.
Oh, no problem.
Bob was I was very close. This is, I told me about him. His last book, which was also a memoir, he was on the beginning of the investigation of Kennedy's assassinations.
Is that right?
And he discovered that they were, and he quit because he wouldn't go along with it. He's like, well, why did you hire me? Because he told them from the beginning that he would find the truth and that
Mhm.
he would not, you know, do
Play
what
that.
And they,
Yeah.
they said, because we didn't think you'd figure it out.
Oh, my God.
So this was sort of his memoir. With no magic bullet. Yeah. So I have to go back to see how long, but it's over 10 years. No, it was the CIA. But I'm gonna get a copy of the book. When I went to the book signing, they were selling the book and somebody gave me a copy. And I was, but I didn't get a copy because there was other people in it. So I don't have a signed copy of the last book.
Uh-huh.
But that, he talked about doing that book. As long as I knew him. Well, can you help me? Yes, okay, what do you need me to do?